On this channel, I usually take you to bistros and brasseries, places where you can eat very well in Paris without spending a fortune. But Paris is also one of the world capitals of gastronomy. And if your budget allows it, I truly believe that once during your stay, experiencing a Michelin-starred restaurant can be something very special. Not just dinner, but technique, creativity, precision on every plate. Now, of course, a Michelin-starred restaurant is on the expensive side. But being expensive doesn't automatically guarantee an exceptional culinary experience. Just last month, at La Pérouse, I paid 276 euros for two, and I felt the food didn't justify that level of pricing. And here's what makes today's review particularly interesting. Just across the street from La Pérouse sits Ze Kitchen Galerie. I paid 324 euros for two there, but what happened on the plate was in an entirely different category. Let me show you why. The Kitchen Galerie, with its deliberately Franglish name, reflects the spirits of its cuisine, French technique infused with Asian influences. At the helm is Chef William Ledeuil, who has held a Michelin-Star here for years thanks to his precise, aromatic and highly personal style. Let's step inside. From the moment you enter, the minimalist interior and the modern paintings displayed on the walls reveal the double meaning of the name. A kitchen, yes, but also a gallery, perfectly integrated into this art-filled corner of Saint-Germain-des-Prés. On the menu, the philosophy is simple. You surrender to the chef and you choose the journey, 5 courses or 7. The dishes listed on the right-hand page of the menu are only a glimpse of what you will actually experience throughout the meal. The only question your waiter will ask is whether you have any allergies or strong dislikes. For me, that meant skipping the oysters that appeared on the menu. The wine list is extensive, although pricing reflects the Michelin setting, with bottles starting at 47 euros. The wine list also includes some exceptional vintages. I would have loved to explore them, but they clearly belong to a different price bracket. We decided to order 2 glasses, allowing us to pair different wines with different stages of the meal. I opened with the white Saint-Véran for its freshness, while my friend selected a white Vouvray from the Loire Valley. As a starter, 2 amuse-bouches were served. A coconut-infused broth with lemongrass and shiitake to sip, and a delicate ravioli filled with ricotta, polenta and sage. This broth was excellent and immediately reminded me of one of my favorite Thai dishes, tom kha gai. The ravioli was excellent as well. Together, these 2 amuse-bouches felt like a very promising start to the meal. The first course of the 7-dish menu was a delicate sea bream carpaccio accompanied by citrus fruits and radishes. A bright and refreshing opening to our gastronomic journey. The next course brought together a silky butternut puree with pieces of squash and pear, citrus butter, and a hazelnut chili condiment, all completed by a parmesan broth poured at the table. This is where the skill of a Michelin-starred chef really shows. transforming a collection of very different ingredients into a perfectly coherent dish. The next course paired scallops with a green lovage curry, lifted by a vibrant orange, carrot and turmeric juice. We were lucky enough to be seated right next to the glass-walled kitchen, which allowed us to watch the entire brigade preparing the dishes. There were only 2 scallops on the plate, but their quality was remarkable. Clearly, the chef works with an outstanding fishmonger. The next dish brought line-cold pollack with yuzu and ginger juice, trout roe and caviar lemon. An oyster was added to my friend's plate, but as requested earlier, not to mine. For me, this was the standard dish of the meal. To accompany the rest of the meal, I chose a glass of an excellent red wine from the Languedoc region of France, made from Cinsault grapes, Clos du Centenaire 2022. The second main course brought together confit pork, rib, belly and cheek, complemented by a vibrant virgin sauce with turmeric, ginger and pomegranate. It was very good too, though not quite as impressive as the previous course. If you eat here, you'd better have a sweet tooth. You won't get 1, 2 or even 3 desserts, but 4. Here on the left, a composition of apples in different textures with tamarind and buckwheat crunch. And on the right, the chef's signature dessert, white chocolate ice cream with wasabi, accompanied by lemon, mandarin and a turmeric reduction. As I'm not a big fan of wasabi, I can see that this dessert was perfectly executed, but it wasn't really for me. I preferred the apple one. Next came the chocolate passion fruit desserts, milk chocolate, gianduja and a passion fruit custard on one side, with a refreshing passion fruit sorbet next to it. The passion fruit sorbet, finished with a touch of passion fruit juice, was really delightful. After the meal, we had the chance to visit the kitchen and enjoy a great conversation with the chef. Of course, when the bill arrived, it was definitely on a high side. But that's the price you pay for an exceptional dinner in a Michelin-starred restaurant in Paris. That said, if you'd like to experience this great restaurant without spending that much, there's also a 3-course lunch menu for just 49 euros. Just before I give you the Paris Top Tips verdict, let me mention that only 50 meters away, there's another excellent and more classical Michelin-starred restaurant, Le Relais Louis XIII. As a conclusion, what makes this restaurant stand out is its excellent and very creative French-Asian fusion cuisine, combined with perfect and extremely informative service. The chef himself is remarkably approachable, and the restaurant also enjoys a great location here in Saint-Germain. Altogether, this made for a truly memorable dinner, reflected in my very high 17.6 out of 20 Paris Top Tips rating. I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure not to miss the next ones by subscribing to my Paris Top Tips channel.